All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good crypto news stuff for you today. And this is actually the second video I have made so far today as well. The previous one was about a token, but now on to some news. Litecoin hits $125 as mining hash rate reaches a new all-time high. So quite coincidentally, 2 videos ago, I was talking about Litecoin and how it might go to $200 or even $300 by the end of the year because of the hash rate and because of the hype of the halvening. And so far, it's on its way, slowly but surely. But that's usually the better way to go, rather than hitting 200 immediately. Then everybody's going to take profits, and it's going to go right back down to the same place anyway. So steady as she goes, Commander. The Litecoin hash rate has today reached a new all-time high of over 400 terahash, with just under 2 months to go until the blockchain's next halvening. And the question now is, how high will the hash rate go, and do the mining economics even give a return on investment? So on back of Litecoin moving up to 2019 high of $125 and becoming the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap. It's always fighting that fourth and fifth and whatever. A lot of competition in that top 10. The project is just 56 days away from a mining reward reduction that is commonly referred to as the halvening. And so it happens every 4 years. And we're going to go down to that 12.5 Litecoin per block reward, which is just going to be having the already not so good mining of Litecoin if you have the old script miners. So taking Litecoin founder Charlie Lee's estimates into account, miners may actually be operating at a loss to find new coins on the Litecoin network, based on a 1 kilowatt or a 10-cent kilowatt electricity cost. At today's price of 125 a coin, that works out to around 75,000 per 600 Litecoin, and it costs around 65,000 electricity every hour to find those 600 Litecoin. But this does not include capex or other running costs to maintain a profitable mining operation. And this revenue will also be halved as the block reward falls to 300 Litecoin from the start of August this year. So interesting, you know, if it halves and now they're really not making profit, well, nobody's going to be selling their newly mined Litecoin for any less than total loss. So the price is essentially going to have to go up, and it might not happen right away as soon as the halvening occurs, but rather it might take a little while. So, if you're a script miner, if you're a Litecoin miner, I would keep at it for now and see, because the price of Litecoin is going to have to go up. Otherwise, nobody's going to be mining Litecoin, except for those really lucky people that pay like a penny per kilowatt in like the 3 places in the world. But other than that, that's going to be very rough for everybody. So I'm assuming $200 or $300 Litecoin probably by the end of the year, or at least a good few months, which is the end of the year after the halvening. So Bitcoin bull John McAfee warns U.S. government, "I will bury you." So everyone sit around for more John McAfee lies, and let's see, what did John McAfee do now, right? More lie corner. Come on. Bitcoin millionaire John McAfee is a fugitive from the law for tax evasion, derisively taunted the U.S. government on Twitter. And I actually seen this one well before this article was out. I actually seen his tweet. And I was just like, I like the things John McAfee says nowadays kind of just makes me roll my eyes, but it is really good entertainment. McAfee warned them to leave him alone or he's going to effing bury them. Oh, in a dizzying weekend Twitter rant, McAfee claimed the Department of Justice is compiling a bogus case against him for money laundering, racketeering, and murder. Even though most people kind of know John McAfee does, at the very least, racketeering and money laundering and tax evasion. McAfee warned that if the feds don't leave him alone, he'll drop several bombshells that will reveal mass corruption with the government. So they'd better back off or else. Yeah, just like you would reveal who Satoshi was as well. I remember that one. He's just hiding that for a rainy day. From friends in the State Department, the DOJ trumped up charges against me for murder, money laundering, and racketeering. A conspiracy is unfolding. Proof is coming. Yeah, because everybody's out to get you, John McAfee. Just you. Only you. I've collected files on corruption in governments. For the first time, I'm naming names and specifics. I'll begin with a corrupt CIA agent and 2 Bahamian officials. And if I'm arrested or disappear, 31 terabytes of incriminating data will be released to the press. 31 terabytes specifically? That's interesting. It's hard to make sense of McAfee's incoherent tweets, but basically he warned the U.S. government that he'll fight back if they keep pursuing him for taxes and etc. if it's true the federal agents are trying to hunt McAfee down, it's presumably because he admitted he hasn't paid his taxes for almost a decade. He says it's why? Because he explained taxation is illegal. Number two, I paid tens of millions already and received nothing in services. Three, I'm done making money. Except for the $100,000 per tweet that you used to do at the end of 2017 there. Woo, if I could only make $100,000 per tweet just by simply literally naming a coin. He'd be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah coin, and it would just spike up in price 200%. So yeah, I'm done making money. I don't know about that. Number four, I live off of cash from McAfee Incorporated. So you already have all the cash and you're not making $100,000 per tweet. I don't think he's doing that anymore. He did stop doing that. And my net income is negative, he says. So yeah, he's a prime target for the IRS. Yeah, you probably are. You probably are if you haven't paid your taxes in a decade and you're made tens of billions of dollars. So moving on to the next article here. Bitcoin price goes wild and shoots for 8,000 within minutes. So we did make it over that 8,000 mark, but not quite keeping it at the moment. Yeah, we're just right there. We're trading a little bit sideways. It is an interesting time. We will check out CoinMarketCap in a moment, but the sudden price appreciation, not unusual for BTC, where concerted bidding has moved the price by hundreds of dollars in a short time span. Bitcoin traded 79.22 as of 11:45 on volumes above 17 billion equivalent in 24 hours. Once again, more than 71% of all volume are in the market with Tether, meaning that the liquidity is readily available. Oh, good old Tether. We love Tether. Bitcoin reached daily lows in the 7,600 range, sparking fears for a deeper reversal of the trend that took the coin to nearly above a 9,000 in recent weeks. Now the new price spike may rekindle hopes for a more positive development, and this sort of thing happens all the time. You reach that 9,000 or that 10,000 mark and it sort of retraces backwards a little bit, but hey, at least we're still up from 5,000 and even 3,200 just a few months ago, so fair enough. Well, it was in December. In the past weeks, the altcoin rally stalled as Bitcoin approached a crossroad. One of the reasons for Bitcoin price movement remains BitMEX, where leveraged positions affect traders across all exchanges. Still, skeptics remain concerned the drop in price isn't finished despite previous historical data. So again, yeah, BitMEX has been wrecking people something real fierce this year. You can look at the liquidated shorts and longs at any time on BitMEX. And they've been something pretty fierce this year for sure. Over 100 million at a time whenever Bitcoin moves back and forth. People are really using that margin trading, and I just cannot recommend that sort of thing. If you think like, oh man, maybe I could get lucky with margin trading. No, probably not. You're probably actually going to lose all your money. Just don't margin trade. Oh, why is margin trading a thing? I don't know. Don't like it. Especially considering, exchanges can see that, oh, look how many longs there are. There's, 150 million in longs. All we need to do is put some of our own coin, our own profited coin on the exchange and just boom, 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 sell it and then liquidate all those. And we get all the money for it. We get all those liquidation fees for it. And then when the shorts pile up because everybody thinks it's going to go down, all they need to do is just use some of their own money to buy some coin and crush all the shorts, get the liquidation fees and let it go up. So, I've heard many a time that if you're margin trading, just go against what everybody thinks. So if there's like 100 million in shorts and only like 20 million in longs, probably pick that long. But again, I would just not touch it at all. Report Microsoft to add blockchain tools to its Power Platform. So blockchain moving along into the future. Microsoft picking it up now. American technology giant Microsoft is going to reportedly make blockchain-based tools available to Power Apps and Microsoft Flow users, tech-focused news outlet GeekWire reported. Microsoft will purportedly announce its plan to add blockchain tools to its Power Platform during the Microsoft Business Application Summit on Monday in Atlanta. All good news for blockchain, even Bitcoin itself, just because of the name. Oh, people love names and people love, hype like that. You say Bitcoin, you say blockchain, it gets people thinking, gets people going. Specifically, artificial intelligence and blockchain tools will be included in the company's Power Apps custom application builder intelligence tool. So that's pretty fun. Now we're going to have blockchain AI running around. So, not only will we have Skynet, it's going to be on blockchain, right? So if Terminator happens and, Skynet goes crazy and the Terminators start coming back from the future and turning the place into a wasteland, I don't know why they would want to do that, just so they can wander around in the wasteland. None of it makes any sense. But at the very least, everybody, we will know that, it's blockchain, so it's decentralized terminators. That's huge. If like the last thing I would want is the apocalypse to occur with centralized terminators coming around to my family and blowing up my house. As long if it was decentralized, really just honestly not so bad. So moving on, blockchain is moving up in the world, and again, all good things for crypto as well. So retail giant Target is quietly working on a blockchain for its supply chains. So since mid 2018, the Minnesota-based retailer has been working on a blockchain-powered solution for supply chain management dubbed Consensus. More recently, it pledged to support the Hyperledger Grid project, a supply chain framework that earlier saw participation from food giant Cargill, one of Target's suppliers, together with tech giant Intel and blockchain startup Bitwise. To boost its distributed ledger technology-related work, Target is now looking for a blockchain engineer and systems developer, and so that means you guys should apply. The new engineer will be contributing to the recently open-sourced Consensus into Hyperledger Grid, developing distributed ledger systems, protocols, smart contracts, CLIs, and RESTful APIs in an open source environment. So the open source was primarily focused on the certification of suppliers for the company's own paper manufacturing. Target has been working directly with the forest managers and certification boards. I could talk, I promise. Studying the technology and trying to figure out what data can be shared on a distributed ledger. So Target in it, Microsoft in it. Everybody's getting into that blockchain hype. And do you guys remember when Long Island Iced Tea changed their name to Blockchain Tea or something like that, and they went up like 500% for no reason, and they had absolutely no blockchain or crypto? Totally, because corporations are going to love to get in on this. Because if you just have blockchain, or you have coin, or you have token in the name, just like Facebook coin, everybody's going to have blockchain and coins in the future. I'm telling you guys, the corporate coin is going to be the future coin, and not for you and me. I'm not saying it's like, oh, you invest into these coins, you make a lot of money. No, you're probably going to make nothing, right? They're just basically coupons. But for them, it's going to make them a lot of money. And eventually, all these corporations are going to be making billions, so other corporations are going to be like, well, if we don't compete, right, we need to make a coin now too. We need to make Taco Bell coin. We need to make McDonald's coin, Samsung coin, Kellogg's Cornflakes coin. We're all gonna have to make it, right? And it's just gonna boost all their profits. Because if you don't, well, then you're gonna be left behind. In the same way that Heinz Ketchup has a Twitter. Why does Heinz Ketchup have a Twitter? Why does Hellmann's Mayonnaise have a Twitter? Nobody knows. Who would go on to Hellmann's Mayonnaise? Other than to complain maybe, hey, I got a bad can of mayonnaise. Well, what is Hellmann's going to do about that? You need to go back to the grocery store and be like, I got a bad can of mayonnaise. Could I get a new one? And they'll go, yeah, sure, because that's our like freshness guaranteed thing, right? So like, why would you ever go on that Twitter? Why? I have no clue. In the same way that in like the late 90s, early 2000s, every single like product had a website. And I'm not talking about just like Pizza Hut or something like that so you can order delivery. I'm talking about like Kellogg's Cornflakes and General Mills Cereal.com. Why do I need to go there? So I can like look at cereal? I do that in the grocery store. Makes no sense. But corporate coins, it's the future, I promise you. Moving on, coin market cap here, $253 billion market cap. We are still going up. Litecoin still going up, $128 now. So that hype is real, and I think it's going to keep going up probably for the rest of the year. Of course, there's going to be dips. If it just keeps going up and up and up, and nobody's taking profit, sooner or later somebody's going to do it. So there are going to be some intraday dips and things like that on the way to the end of the year. But I really think it's going to be about $200 by the end of the year. It could be even upwards of 300 because that halvening hype, that hash rate is absolutely max. And once that halvening occurs, again, if you're only making a few dollars a day or you're just barely cutting profit because of your electricity on your Litecoin miners, and then it halves and your actual profit is less than the electricity it's costing you, you're not going to continue selling it for the same price. You're going to put it on an exchange for double that value so that you can get your money back. And that's what a lot of people are going to be doing, but that's going to be taking a while. So as soon as that halvening occurs, people are going to start having to catch up and gaining Litecoin to be able to put it on there. So there is sort of a lag period after halvenings historically, although there hasn't been honestly that many throughout history. Yeah, Ethereum went through their a third inning, didn't really affect it. Bitcoin, two halvenings that one could argue affected it and didn't affect it. It could have been just hype of Bitcoin. So we'll have to see. We need more statistics. We need more info to be able to really truly see how well a halvening affects coins. And there's been two with Bitcoin. The price has always increased shortly thereafter, but was it because of something else or hype or new exchanges or more people getting the word out? Was it really that? But theoretically, economically, you do have to sell it for more. Eventually, the halvening of Bitcoin is going to get so low that every block is literally just going to be Satoshis in the future. So of course they're going to have to be very, very expensive in many, many years from now. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. That helps me out a lot. The best way you can help me out is to share the videos as well. Just social media, Reddits, Discords, wherever. Share it. It's fun. I promise. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, I will see you guys next time.